but people don't use typecast too much. Typecast is kind of specific.
Yeah, I got it a lot in theater school.
You kept getting typecast?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that like?
Kind of shitty, because I was always cast as like the shitty character.
Oh yeah, I recalled in your stand-up that you mentioned that.
Yep.
They just like the shitty character.
Well, the first thing I ever got was School Shooters, so it was like right off the bat. I'm like, oh, piece of shit.
It's like they probably just didn't have somebody else to put that on. It's probably just more about, like, I would say it's like your ability to take blame in that situation has something to do with it, because maybe you're in there with a bunch of theater people that are like too sensitive.
Sure, yeah.
It probably has a little bit to do with that, I think.
Yeah, I think it had a lot with me being like a white guy too. Like, I think that played a big part of it. Being straight,
looking like a school shooter is probably
that
part
too.
of it.
Yeah. I wear a lot of black.
So you shot up that school too. Remember
in the play? Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you really? Oh yeah, because you're actually cast as a school shooter.
Yeah. I forget.
So how did it go in the play? What was that?
I forget.
What was that like? How could you forget your school shooting?
I forget
that should
how
be
many...
very memorable to you. Maybe you're not a real. You're not a real school shooter.
Yeah, no.
That's why you forgot.
I wouldn't be a very good school shooter. I'd feel so sorry. After the first person I'd shoot, I'd be like, "Oh my god, I'm sorry. Are you okay? Like, this is a terrible idea." Yeah. I would shoot myself probably right after the first person.
Yeah, well, you could just do that. Don't shoot anybody. Like, be a school shooter. Just go into a school and shoot yourself.
That'd be kind of crazy. That'd be kind of wild.
The title.
Yeah, I think there was a shooting like yesterday or something.
Awesome.
Well, I'm sure. I mean, yeah, I guess. I think it was
just yesterday. Wow.
Yeah,
they could do it any day.
That's why we had to push this to today, because I was busy yesterday.
Yeah, I put my flag at half mast too.
Did you? Nice.
Yeah, but I mean that is not a good thing. Whatever.
No.
Well, it especially sucks. That happens at the end of the year.
It's like the middle of the year. Oh, school year you're talking.
It's the school year.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I follow you. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's not December. You're like, wait, does he not know that it's not December?
Yeah, I'm like, did you already smoke? Or, like, how high are you?
I forgot what month it was.
Yeah, it's still May, I think. May, yep.
Yeah, it would suck to do the entire school year and then get shot in school, especially.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah,
like, we got,
right before summer vacation.
Yeah, we have, like, field day tomorrow, and I got shot the day before.
Yeah.
That would suck.
My school had a field day. What was field day at your school?
Well, I think we stopped doing it like after 5th grade, maybe 6th grade. But we had like a bunch of capture the flag, or like there might have been a foam party.
Foam party?
Tie-dye shirts, just like
making tie-dye shirts.
Yeah.
I hated that. I hate that.
Yeah, it wasn't very.
I hate making tie-dye shirts as an activity for a group and all that.
Yeah, it wasn't my cup of tea.
Our school had a field day, and it was just like competition, so it was actually really fun.
6th grade, we had like a track and field day, which was like that was more fun.
Was it like who could shot put the farthest?
I don't remember.
Because that's what my school
I think
did.
we did have stuff like, it was like an Olympic kind of style. Like we had like the 100-meter dash, the 400, the relay race. Mm-hmm. But yeah, did we start?
Oh yeah, we did start.
Oh, okay, okay, cool. Yeah, field day.
Was it like a competition?
I think because we had like.
Because we gave out like ribbons at my school, and
I don't think we did that. It was like our school was broken up into like 6 teams, and then each team picked like this group of students from that team to do this event, and this group to do this event, and then it's kind of like, I don't know, like Harry Potter style. Like you'd add up all the points, and then like the team with the most points gets
Harry Potter style. They had
bragging
teams.
rights. I don't even think we got like
teams rather than individual awards.
Yeah, because this was like a 6th grade building, and it was only 6th graders. Okay. So like we had like team 1 through 6.
But they didn't call it field day.
I think it was track and field day.
Okay.
Maybe, or I'm just thinking of the sport track and field.
Yeah, ours, they called it field day, and it was just like who could kick the soccer ball the farthest, and then the top 3 in boys or girls would get a ribbon. Because they separated by gender, because they're a Christian school, I think had something to do with it.
Did you ever get a ribbon for any of those events?
Yeah.
Did you? Which one?
Yeah, well, like, my class was small enough that...
Oh, okay.
There's some years I would get first for a number of them.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to school at Union Grove Christian School in Union Grove, Wisconsin.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's right. You are from Wisconsin.
So it was a while ago and far away. In a school that doesn't exist anymore. They don't do school there anymore.
Is that close to Fargo? That's the only part of Wisconsin I know.
It's not. Fargo is in North Dakota.
Well,
but it's all one big thing. Like Fargo to Wisconsin is all kind of the same.
Okay.
A lot of people mix up Wisconsin and Minnesota.
Yeah, that's
and
what I was thinking.
They should, because they're pretty much like, they're interchangeable. But Fargo is like borders Minnesota. But they made the movie Fargo, and it's like, people know about that accent.
Yeah, you don't have that accent.
That's good. I'm glad that you said that, because it's like, it's something that I've been trying to get rid of.
Yeah, do you used to have it?
Yeah, and I think I still do a little.
Like when you drink, does it come out? Like, do you have your...
Sure, probably. If my inhibitions are gone and I can't control it. Like, start getting all Wisconsin-y.
That's funny. Does anyone ever do like an impression of you and like they do like a lean into the Minnesota accent or something?
Not that I've heard. The impressions
I'm gonna start doing that.
The impressions of me I've gotten are just like if I was too monotone, and then they'll like repeat a monotone thing that I did. But it's like I don't know. I'm monotone sometimes. There's like for a long time before I know people I am that. Or maybe I just am always. I don't really know.
I don't know. I feel like maybe I don't know you well enough, but you're still pretty monotone. You're very monotone in your stand-up. You're very monotone.
Okay.
Do you disagree?
That makes sense. Well, if I go faster, I can be a bit more energetic. But it works out to be monotone a lot if I'm not prepared and I'm just kind of like trying to fill the time with like pauses. Like, if I don't go up really prepared, I get paranoid that I'm going to go too quickly. Or, like, I don't have enough jokes.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fill the time, which is ridiculous because, like, I usually go too long most of the time. So I don't know why I think that I'm, run out of time. Or, like, I'm going to have time left. But
yeah. No, I get that. Because I don't riff as much as I'd like to. Because I've get the same problem where I'm afraid that I'm not gonna fill up whatever time with the jokes that I selected. So like, I have been trying to do more crowd work lately. Do you do a lot of crowd work? I don't know if I've seen you do crowd work.
I don't do a lot of it. I kind of aim at doing it like I wish that I did. But then I go up there and then I kind of just go into the thing that I had prepared.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do, and it's fun.
Yeah, I've been trying to do it more like that's like I've been trying to open with crowd work. Just like get up there and like acknowledge the people, and then if I find something, just I don't know, explore that.
It's good to acknowledge the people, probably regardless.
Probably,
just to break the wall, whatever.
Yeah.
So that it's not so disjointed.
Yeah.
It's like I'm over here and you're over there.
Yeah, I used to do that a lot, or have that feeling a lot, where it was just like, oh, like I'm just doing this thing and like we're not really connecting. But
it's probably better to acknowledge the audience like every time, so that you acknowledge that it's a cohesive thing between you and the audience.
Yeah, I think it helps relate better sometimes, maybe.
Yeah, well, they're part of it too. Like they're almost part of they're like the stars almost.
Yeah, they're gonna tell me if I'm bombing or not. So.
Yeah, especially the fewer people that it is, then they're like part of it, whether they like it or not, or whatever. And then you see people that are like reluctant because they showed up and they're like the only people, or they're like in the front row. Like that'll happen sometimes.
What does reluctant mean? I'm kind of.
I mean, where they're like, oh, I don't.
Oh,
they don't want to get picked on by the comedian. They just like want to be an audience member, but there's not enough audience there, so it's like now they're just like part of the show.
Okay, yeah, I've definitely run into that plenty of times. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like I feel like that's the Crescent Lounge a lot.
Yeah.
Especially when there's not a lot of people there.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
The Crescent Lounge, or like a place that they didn't know that you were doing stand-up. Or like Hank's Texas Barbecue. With
Hank's, that was a good one.
Yeah, but that was like,
bunch...
that's like fun for us.
Yeah. I remember one time, one of my first times
because it's a
there,
restaurant and they just went there to eat barbecue.
There's this one time I went. There was a softball team that came, and it was like they were taking up like two of the long ass tables, and there was like a bunch of kids and parents there, and then I think it was Johnny Collins was the first guy to go up, and he starts doing abortion bits. They all cash out and they just leave, and there's nobody there. It was like, I don't know, maybe 5 people in the corner after that, but that was really funny. It sucked because everyone was gone, but yeah.
Yeah, that would happen at that place a lot, where people would just like file out.
Yeah, that was a good mic. I missed that mic.
Yeah, but sometimes it was a real good night there, and people would stay and
were you,
like the whole thing.
Were you there the night? I think Logan Steak was hosting, but the microphone died, so they found a bullhorn in the back, and we had to do stand up with a literal bullhorn.
No, I wasn't there for that.
That was
legendary.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I wish I got that recorded. It's probably audio recorded somewhere on my phone, but not video.
So you could just like go right up into somebody's face.
Yeah, I was just like pacing back and forth with this thing, like
yelling into everybody's face who was there. Yeah,
I felt like a drill sergeant, but
yeah, that's the place you got to get to. Probably not. I don't know. For stand up. So you went to, where did you go to school for acting?
Ohio University, OU.
Oh, okay.
How
did you choose acting?
I kind of just thought about it one day. I'm like, I think like I'm just like people can go to school for that because I kind of wanted to just get out of my shell because I was always a shy person. And
did you get roles besides school shooter?
Yes, I got. Let's see. I was school shooter. Then I was. I got Judas. That was another shitty one I got. I mean, it was like.
That's funny.
It was like I was like the main.
Are you a Judas?
In real life or?
Yeah.
I probably.
Are you a betrayer?
Probably at least once or twice in my life. I'm sure I've betrayed somebody.
Okay.
Have you betrayed somebody?
I don't know.
I don't cheated on anyone or anything.
No, I mean no. I'm not. I don't think that I'm a Judas. I haven't been one to this point in my life, really.
I don't think I like. Not that I've been like a Judas. Nothing.
I could see you as a Judas more than a school shooter.
You think so?
I guess, but Judas is underrated. I think because like. Whatever, betrayer of Jesus.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's going to get a ton of shade after the fact.
Yeah.
Because Jesus did all of that shit, like, and got really big.
Yeah, I don't know what Judas was thinking. I don't know. 30 pieces of silver didn't seem like that much either to, like, rat your friend out like that. Yeah, I don't know what that could buy you back then.
I wonder what the situation really was. Like, we need to know more about the story because it's like, how good of friends was he before? Or like the 12 disciples, how are you going to keep 12 people that loyal to you? And like, what was the level of loyalty?
Yeah, he must have been doing some pretty cool shit. Like if I saw you walk on water, I think I'd be pretty loyal to you, I think. I don't know, you would.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know if maybe Jesus did something pretty shitty to Judas to make him, or maybe Judas was just a scumbag and wanted the money and I don't know.
It might have been like a revenge thing, or he's just like, what if he did but he was like sold him out to get him crucified, right?
I don't know if he thought he was going to get him crucified.
I don't even remember.
I don't know why you're laughing about it.
I'm laughing because like I don't exactly remember. Like if his intention was to get him killed.
I don't think it was to get him killed. I should know this because I researched him for a year to play him.
Method acted.
Not method acting.
You betrayed some people to get ready to play Judas. You sold out your family.
Yeah, maybe. I'm trying to think. Did I? I don't think I ever did.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if technology ever gets to the point where we can time travel. I would love to go back to that time and just be like, see how it all unfolded. Like, obviously we know how it unfolded, but like I would like to see like.
Is that the part that's most interesting to you about the story? Is what Judas did, like the Judas arc?
No, probably like how Jesus got there. Honestly,
Just
like,
the Jesus time period.
Yeah,
That's the period you would go back in time to see.
I think it would be pretty wild. Yeah.
That's a good choice, I think, because I think all of history is really just based around that.
Yeah.
Because we center it around the zero when that was going on. I think that history is just kind of like a Jesus's story.
Yeah, I mean, do you think he knew that when he was coming up though? Like, do you think Jesus turned like 12 years old and he's like, "Wow, this is crazy. It's year 12 and I'm 12. That's crazy." Like, yeah, but it's because you were born, asshole, or something.
They weren't counting the years that way when he was there. It was some choice they made in
after
some get together in Rome. I forget what it's called, like the Archdiocese or
sounds right.
Something with Constantine, and they made a choice to retroactively base it off of Jesus or whatever. Some council that they had.
Is that the same council that... no, probably not, because it was after. I was thinking the council that crucified him, but decided to crucify him. Yeah. Did you grow up Catholic or Christian?
I grew up Protestant, Christian.
What's the difference? I never know. I only know...
Catholics are...
believe in the
Catholics
Virgin Mary.
came before Protestants.
Okay.
Protestants began with Martin Luther.
He was the guy who nailed the list on the wall or
in
something.
like the year 1400 or something. But from there, all of these denominations branched off of the tree. Protestantism is the first branching of the tree.
After, like, from Catholicism?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, like, basically all of the specific ones are Protestant, like Methodist or Lutheran, Episcopalian, Presbyterian, Baptist are all Protestants.
Okay.
Catholic, I think there's different categories within Catholic, but all of that is just Catholic. That's the main difference to me. Catholic is the original one. It's more ancient, and the Protestant Christians, they took over Christianity basically.
Okay.
To the point that today, when we're like, oh, Christian anything, like Texas Christian University is a Protestant university.
Okay.
And that's what Protestants want to convince everybody in the world of. It's like they basically they want the term Christian and then forget that it applies to Catholics. They're like, when we're talking about Christianity, now it's just Protestants. That's what Protestants would have you believe.
Have you seen The Righteous Gemstones?
Yep.
Is that Protestant?
Yes.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. They're like mega churches are Protestants.
Yeah. I just hear John Goodman going, "Good morning, Pastor."
Yeah. Yeah, I like that show.
Yeah.
I like
Danny McBride. I've always liked
Danny
his
McBride
comedy.
is good. I like Jennifer Nettles.
Did she play the sister?
She's the
Judy.
mom.
Oh, the mom.
She's
one that
only
passed?
in the first season, yeah.
She passed away.
Or well, she's probably in. I think she's in other seasons. Yeah, that she died.
Okay. I don't think I've seen...
I like Jennifer Nettles and John Goodman the best.
John Goodman's awesome. I love him.
I love him in mostly anything.
Yeah.
he does.
The woman who plays Judy, the sisters, she's fucking awesome.
Oh yeah.
I was listening to Danny
for
McBride's interview. I forget who it was with, but he was saying he wrote that character based off like his young daughter. I forget how old she is, but she's basically playing a child as a grown up, which I think is just hilarious.
Like a child.
Yeah.
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 I like that show, the first 2 seasons especially.
I think those are the only ones I've seen.
Yeah, there might be 3 total.
Okay.
Or like the first season especially.
Yeah. I think they're wrapping up this season. I think this is the last season they're doing, but I need to go back and finish that because it is a funny show. And I love Danny McBride. He's always had great fucking shows and movies that he's written.
Yeah. Like This Is the End.
Yeah, love that movie. I love that. That was actually you asked me to come up with like 3 to 5 movies that are yeah, I don't know. We can keep talking about Catholicism and Protestantism if you want, or we can...
Yeah, either way.
I'll let you steer the ship, Captain. Whatever you want to do.
All right. Well, Catholics, Protestants. The main difference between Catholics and Protestants is just like, well, not all Protestants. Protestants believe like you have to say some prayers, and that'll get you into heaven. But like Catholics don't believe that. They believe that you have to do good works. Is that right?
I think you definitely have to say prayers too, because like if you're on your deathbed, like,
Or like what gets you into heaven as a Catholic?
following the Ten Commandments, I'm the wrong.
Yeah,
per-
like following
I'm not the right person to ask.
following rules, like doing works, doing things.
Good deeds,
Doing good
probably.
deeds gets you in heaven. Like you have to do more good deeds than bad deeds, right?
Probably, yeah. I think that's
That's
a
what
good place
gets
to
you in
start.
heaven.
Probably a good place
Yeah.
to start.
For-
You have to be baptized. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Are you? You're probably baptized.
Another like act that you have to do.
Yeah,
It's
there's
a
there's
good
like
deed.
I think there's like 7 things you need to do. I think it's like be baptized, be confirmed, get married, have kids. There's probably like 3 more that I'm forgetting.
Okay.
I don't even know if those are right. I might be making all this up. I don't know. I stopped going to Catholic school in 3rd grade,
Okay.
and I stopped going to church as soon as I got my driver's license. So,
Nice.
yep.
You got out of there.
Yep.
And drive away. But like Protestants believe you got to say the prayer, and that's what gets you into heaven. You don't have to do like good deeds.
So I could be a shithead my whole life,
Yeah.
and then at the end, if I say this prayer, I get in.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what. There's a guy named.
O.J. Simpson?
Yeah, there was a guy named O.J. Simpson.
Was, yes.
Yeah.
Was he Protestant?
Probably.
Where's Siri on that one? That would have been a good one to come in on Siri, but...
He was probably a good person. Whatever. God,
You know,
maybe God told him to kill her.
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know what God. I don't.
That'd be kind of
speak
wild
for
if she,
God
like,
for
if
other
she,
people.
if she killed herself, or killed the guy and herself, and then she's like, people are gonna think you did it. I hope you...
Oh yeah, maybe
Yeah.
she did it and
Maybe.
framed him.
Yeah, I don't
That
know
could've
why
been it.
no one brought that up.
But there's this guy. He runs this big organization called Focus on the Family. It's a Christian, like Protestant organization, and he went to Ted Bundy, the serial killer, and he was like, he got him saved when he was on death row, like about to be killed. He
Oh, no
got him-
shit, really?
He got him to pray the prayer, and he is in heaven now.
I think he just wanted the clout of saving Ted Bundy. I mean...
I think so. I think so,
Would
and
you,
that's-
would you have done that? Or would you have just been like...
Hell no.
No, sorry, Ted.
No, I wouldn't have. If I had his platform, I wouldn't be going to Ted Bundy to get him saved.
Do you think that's why he did it, for the clout?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Christian people would never say it like that because he's just like the ultimate family man. This guy, and I'm blanking on his name, but
It wasn't Joel Osteen, was it? No. I don't even know when Ted Bundy died.
no, it's just whatever his name is. But yeah, when Ted Bundy died, he went to him and got him saved. He's like, look, so if you go to heaven, you're gonna be there with Ted Bundy, just so you know. But that's probably the least of your worries. It's like spending filling up time for an eternity would be a bigger problem, I think. But so you have a 3 to 5 best movies.
Yeah, it's hard for me to nail them down. Because I know there's probably some I'm not thinking of that are probably up there. But I think these are in no particular order, but Dumb and Dumber's definitely up there. That's one of my... It's
Okay.
It's probably the movie I've seen the most times, and I still laugh to this day. I think it's a masterpiece.
Right.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Okay.
I think that's a great one. I think Leo should have won the Oscar that year. I forgot who won it that year. Doesn't matter. Wolf of Wall Street. Have you seen The Nice Guys?
No.
With Gerard Butler and... No. It's Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling. They play... Ryan Gosling's like a police in like the 50s or something.
Mm-hmm.
And Russell Crowe is he's like a PI maybe, and they team up together, but it's like super funny. They're trying to catch these people who are like kidnapping girls, I think, or something.
Okay.
But it just, they're like, Russell Crowe is like the hard ass Like
Good cop, bad cop.
he's the bad cop, and then we got Ryan Gosling, who's like the good cop, who's like the father, and like he's uncoordinated, and like
So it's a comedy.
yeah, it's
Just come out recently. Like,
no, it probably came out in the 20 teens, somewhere in there.
Okay.
But it's hilarious.
Ago.
I think
Okay.
they're talking about coming out with a sequel.
The Nice Guys.
The Nice Guys.
Okay.
Yeah, super funny. And then Half Baked was up there. I think I had a serious one. Law Abiding Citizen. That's a Gerard Butler one with Jamie Foxx. And then I always like the Jackass movies.
Okay.
Yeah, but if I had to pick one, it'd probably be 3. Because I think the production value was the
Jackass 3.
production value of that movie just kind of blew me away compared to like the other ones. But I think they're all good. I always wanted to be a Jackass kid. I thought that'd be fun.
Like you wanted to be one of the people in the movie?
Yeah, because I think just like doing pranks on your friends would be hilarious.
Okay.
But I would hate there's some of those challenges where I'm like, fuck that. Like,
Right, yeah.
yeah.
So you like pranks?
Yeah, I don't really get to do them anymore. Like, I did them a lot in college. Like,
Okay.
like I've been thinking about doing some again lately, but I think people would like fight me because like we used to do
PC culture.
that too. Yeah, but have you ever heard of like Poop Dollar?
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to do that all the time, and but I was
Be a
like
fun one.
I was friends with the cross country guys, so we were like the fastest guys. Like most of the people that would like pick it up, they'd like get mad at somebody, and like, but we just like run faster than they could chase us. So, but yeah, those are good days. I miss doing those pranks.
What besides Poo Dollar?
Shaving cream, the classic shaving cream trick while you're sleeping. Like,
Yeah. Those are both fun
Yeah.
ones. Rather than like annoyingly or like sadistic, you know.
Yeah. Well, we did some sadistic ones too. I'm trying to think.
Okay.
One was, well, I don't know if it'd be sadistic, but like if I like my roommate was in the shower, we'd like pick the lock and we'd take a bucket of cold water and just dump it like on him.
Yep.
You had to be careful. Like,
That one sucks.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else. There's some good ones we did. Did you do any pranks like that?
Not
with your
really.
friends? Nothing? No.
I'm not really into doing pranks. Yeah.
No. Well, it's too bad. It's fun.
Yeah,
fun
I should
time.
do more.
Yeah. You don't have to, but I don't know.
But you don't do them so much now?
No, I mean, I've been, my nephews have been like trying to get into pranks, so like I can't even think of a prank I did to them lately.
There's just so many like prank YouTube channels.
Yeah.
It's like they've really been maxing out the pranking.
Yeah, and
It's
like a lot of them are like not over. Yeah, it's like they were like redone. Like someone just like doing the same ones.
It's like the NBA dunk contest where it's like
yeah, it's like
it's hard to.
We need to see something different. Like,
Yeah,
I don't even
people need to come up with some
people
new
don't even
pranks.
watch it anymore.
But there's so much like it's so oversaturated that like YouTube pranking market over the years. It's like it had its heyday like 12 years ago.
Yeah, like
or whatever.
Blake Griffin's jumping over IKEA or something. Like that was like pretty cool at the time. Now it's just like everyone does that.
Yeah, like the pranks got really good where they're like the thing that it became is like just like going into a library, like making a loud noise or whatever.
Oh yeah, that was that
Just,
one
like,
show.
farting next to
The
people.
silent farts were always a good one. I got really
That's
good.
what's funny now is like the real pranks, or it's just like real farting. I see sometimes.
Yeah.
Where somebody just like walks in front of somebody and they jump and they fart right at them.
Do you do good fart sounds?
No,
You can't do fart sounds.
I can't right now. I have a cold.
You can't because you have a cold.
I like seriously. I don't think so. I mean, I don't know.
You do it with your nose?
The one that I would normally do, I can't because
That's crazy.
I wouldn't be able to because if I go into like a higher register right now, it's not gonna work.
Is it like that one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see
That's
that.
the one that I do. So, what about you? Your fart noises?
Oh yeah, I got taught as a young kid, so I've been like master mode, like that's good.
That's good.
Yeah, it's very good. And then the classic, like that one. You could do like this one.
There's a lot that you can do.
Yeah, mine. Yeah, I'm not a very mature adult.
No.
I've been trying to clean it up over the years, I guess.
Clean up your act. So, like, when you were in acting in college, like, were you in a play every semester?
Yes, well, there was one semester I don't think I was because they didn't have anything for me, or I just had bad auditions or something.
Were you good at it?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No. It was I never did acting before. It's just something I wanted to do to get out of my shell, and
Yeah.
I guess I did good at one audition to get into the school, but
Was it fun?
it was, but it was like it got very political.
Yeah, like
just
just
like-
getting the role and stuff like that.
Kind of like I don't know, it was weird. Like
You had to
it
sleep
was,
your way to the top.
no, there was a like a lot of drama that ended up happening
But
just
I bet
because
there was a lot of drama.
yeah, because it's drama kids.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I never like I was always in the sports, so like it was weird. I'm just like I don't like all this like drama that's going on. So I tried to like
Did you play sports at the same time?
no.
What's-
I did like rec basketball, but like
Okay.
yeah, not
Is
like
that your sport? Basketball?
that was my favorite. I was
What's
decent.
your sport, if there was one?
I love watching football. I love playing basketball.
I guess I'm asking one that you would play.
Play
So
basketball. Yeah. I did cross country most of my life and lacrosse, but I was never good at either of those.
It's not as fun as basketball, like cross country. Is that fun at all? Like beating
fun.
everybody,
I didn't beat everybody.
or like trying to,
It's running like
passing people, like in the
Yeah, it's-
video, like one of those racing video games.
that. Like racing, like car racing would be sweet. I would like to do that. I would love to learn how to be a stunt driver.
There's
I think
got to
it'd
be
sweet.
a place in the city somewhere where we could get in on some of those races that they do
I've been to a couple of them, and they
in the
scare.
street.
Yeah, they scare me. Like I was taken to a
Yeah.
couple of them, and I'm just like, this is like,
It looks
I feel-
scary from the video games I saw.
yeah, it's just
that
like,
crowd.
yeah, I'm like, I feel like we're all
I
gonna
don't
get
know
in
that I fit
trouble.
in.
Like I don't think like. And all
Yeah.
all the dudes there are like always like the alphas, like, hey, like you talking shit,
Right.
Like, you think
Yeah.
you beat me?
Exactly.
I'm like, I'm just here to have
It's
fun,
like
man.
it's such an alpha crowd. And
Yeah.
I feel like you'd have to really be dressed the right way.
Yeah,
too.
and I'm not built like I don't look like I can fight or anything. Like these
Yeah.
guys are like roided out, like yeah. Not
I wonder if you show up to that with just like a button-down shirt and like khakis, how that would go.
some jorts or something.
yeah, something.
I think that'd be funny, and then you beat everybody. That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah, do the pretend that you're not, and then do
Like
do the thing anyway.
like Kyrie Irving with Uncle Drew, where he's like dresses
Oh,
up as the
yeah.
old dude and he like balls on all these kids. Like,
yeah. I played some basketball, but I was never good at it.
that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. Why not?
You just don't seem like a basketball kind of person.
Yeah, I'm not good at it. I like to watch it.
Yeah. Did you see the Pacers upset the Knicks the other night?
Yeah.
That was wild.
I don't want the Pacers to win. I don't like Tyrese Halliburton.
I like the Pacers, but I wanted the Cavs to win.
As long
And
as the Pacers don't win a championship, I don't want Halliburton and them to
they
win.
might. They might.
They
look
might.
really
Well, I
good.
think that they might just because of they've got the right mojo.
Yeah,
seems
that's what wins it every year though. Like they don't even have like a flashy lineup.
They seem like the chosen team.
like I think
And it's really like they shouldn't get in off of that. Like they shouldn't win. Like when the Bucks won, they were just better than everybody else.
I don't think I watched it that year.
Yeah, it was 2021.
That was after the bubble year where
Yeah.
Lakers took it. Yeah.
The Pacers, I don't think they're better than everybody else, but I guess this year it's pretty like there's a lot of parity.
I wouldn't mind seeing the Anthony Edwards win it. I love Anthony Edwards. That dude's a dog. I mean,
Okay.
there's a bunch of dogs in the playoffs still right now. Like I like the Knicks. I like the Knicks a lot. Timberwolves. They're all good, but I could make an argument for all of them.
Yeah, I like college basketball a little more. Just because of March Madness.
I'm terrible. There's too many teams.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't like...
March Madness is just like a lottery. It's just like a fun thing.
And I have a hard time, like, keeping up with, like, all the new kids. I like NBA because, like, I know the players.
They're always lying about who's good in college basketball anyway. Like Zion Williamson. ESPN will just choose somebody and they're like, see? They're the next person. ESPN is terrible.
Where's he now? Is he still at the Pelicans?
I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I never watch regular season basketball. I usually watch, like, after All-Star break. I'll start watching.
So, your last name is Fisher. That stands out to me about you.
Okay.
Does it, I think because it's like and you do have some Jesus jokes. So, like, Jesus is, like, always talks about making people fishers of men.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like in the Bible, yeah. And, like, he's got the whole fish thing.
Yeah, what's he do? Doesn't he turn, like, 1,000 fish, or one fish into 1,000? Or is that the bread? I think he does that with bread.
Yeah, he takes 5 loaves of bread and 2 fishes and feeds 5,000 people. Besides that...
See, that's shit I would like to go back and see. That would be wild. Yeah.
Right. Well, he was just doing that shit. And I think that he was a magician, personally. I think that when he...
It's pretty impressive for back then.
Yes. Yeah, he's like David Blaine back then. But since nobody had that good of a magician, it was just like the wildest shit. People will remember it forever. I think that that's what it was. It's like, it's not my original idea. Plenty of people have said
that Jesus is a magician?
Yeah, there's like a movement in the 70s or something that people were like walking around like telling everybody Jesus was a magician or some shit like that.
I mean, sure, yeah.
Yeah, why not? But like when he died and rose again, it's just like a big magic act. But like
that would be some David Blaine shit to like hang on a cross for 3 days and then, or hours, whatever it was, and then come back 3 days later.
Yeah, right, pretty much.
But that's super fucked up to put your family and friends through that. Like, holy shit, he's gone, and then like, haha, ta-da.
Yeah, he had
like,
bigger things in mind.
Yeah,
he had
gotta respect
some other shit to do. Like, what does that play into anything for you? Your last name has you ever given any thought to that? Because I tend to think
Fisher and Jesus.
Not that necessarily. No, not that it's related to that. To me, I think Jesus, not just because of Jesus' like fish miracles, but because that's like the symbol.
Yeah.
After the fact that Christians love fish, and it's also like for the symbol wise. But like we're in the age of Pisces. Have you ever heard of that?
No. Is that astrology?
That's astrology, and Pisces is the fish, and we are like, according to whoever's keeping track of that, that's the category we're in right now. We're in Pisces, and the next one is Aquarius.
How long does the term last?
It should. I think it ends in like 2150.
Oh wow, really?
Like
okay.
Yeah.
So it's a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
The next one is Aquarius, and so there is a band that made a song called like "This Is the Dawning of the Age of Aquarius."
Okay.
There's like a famous song. Because it's the dawning of the age of Aquarius, like in real life, if you gave credit to astrology.
Okay. But does it...
so
fish
Christians like fish or whatever, but
Yeah.
that's not what I'm asking you. I was just asking you, have you... because I tend to think that people's last names play a role. So, like, have you ever thought about the last name and that is some... does that affect what you do? Does that influence you?
Not really. I don't think so. I think it's an English name because my dad's family's partly English. I always felt more... I don't know. My mom's side is like Irish and German Irish. I always felt for some reason closer to like the Irish and German. I don't know.
Okay, so it's an Irish name?
No, Fisher's English, but...
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, my mom's maiden name is Gerhardt, and that's Irish.
So you like the Irish side of yourself better?
I guess, yeah. It seems more fun. Like, you get to drink.
You like to drink?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, like during the weekend. Like
Do you
when
like
I'm
to
with
party?
Family. Used to. I don't really party that much anymore. Like, Yeah, I think I'm kind of lame now. Maybe
Yeah,
I
I'm
should.
kind of late now too.
Maybe I should start partying again. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I used to drink more when it was like really fun to get drunk, but now it's not fun to get drunk anymore. It just gives me headaches a lot.
Yeah, and I live with my mom, so like it's not fun to like come home drunk and like
Yeah.
yeah, and yeah, my mom will yell at me and she's like, "Oh, you go out drinking again?" I'm blah, blah, blah.
Oh yeah, she gets on your case.
Sometimes, yeah, she can nag me if I'm acting up, but I don't really act up anymore. I mean, I'm a grown ass
Because
adult.
your mom is there.
Yeah, right. So I just try and keep my head down and like write jokes and
Right. Keep your head down and write jokes and don't get in anybody's way. Don't step on any toes.
yeah. Try and respect the house.
You've been
It's
hanging
not
out at
my-
the attic too much, I think. They're scolding you.
Are they?
Yeah, I don't know. That's
Well,
what I feel
so-
a little bit.
I need
is
a
like,
little. I need some pressure under me, so maybe it's good for me.
I feel like if I go there, I'll get scolded there, maybe. By someone for something. But like, that's all.
I don't know. Maybe. Did you feel?
It's like the door, like that door that bangs. They always get me on that or something.
That's
you know?
hilarious because that door's been banging ever since I started going there, and everyone bitches about it, but no one. I actually brought like an Allen wrench to fix the little hinge thing, but it's stripped, so like I can't fix it unless like I replace it. But I'm not going to spend money to do that because. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you could fix it.
Yeah, but I don't.
Save everybody from having to complain about it.
Yeah, but.
But let it go. It's part of the thing.
It's part of the character of the club, I suppose.
Yeah.
Now at this point.
The character of it, yeah. Yeah. But you used to live in Atlanta.
Yep. 3 years.
Was it like after college you went there?
Yeah, that was the plan. I wanted to go down there and be in like film and TV because, I mean, New York was my first choice, but it was pretty expensive. So Atlanta was like the cheaper route.
Did you want to get on broadcasting like CNN is down there, headquartered?
No, I didn't really want to do like news or like anger stuff like that.
Okay.
Maybe sports. The sports guy would have been cool. I think that would have been tight.
Yeah.
Like get invited out to like the Falcons and like the Hawks games. That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
I would do that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I always wanted to write my own like, not a sitcom, but like a comedy series, like the show Dave. Have you seen Dave?
No, but I know.
Yeah,
about it.
oh my god, that's probably one of my favorite comedy series out right now. But
Okay.
I would love to write a show like that. Like,
okay. So you'd rather be a writer?
both. I would like to write and be in my own shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess kind of like Kanye West.
Sure. Yeah. But
He's a producer and a director, and then he sings it too.
Yeah.
But who's like that in TV that I'm not thinking of? That they write it. and
Always
they-
Sunny people.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't seen Always Sunny in a long time, but yeah, it's just like that group of friends, and they write their own shit, and they
Yeah.
literally the only people that are in it.
It's like, oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know that they wrote those.
Yep. I think it's Rob McElhenney and Charlie Day and maybe someone on the like not in the show, but I think it's pretty much those guys. Yeah.
A lot of the like people that I think of that are writers in TV, like the cable TV universe, they're kind of stuck in that writer mode
Right.
where. But like John Mulaney, I guess, is an exception where he's like writes it, but he's also a good performer.
Yeah, or like Tom Segura, he just came out with that Bad Thoughts. It's like comedy sketches. Yeah, I think.
Well, it's like all comedians are writers and performers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to work on the performance aspect. I think I'm still a little shy and not confident in myself, which is funny for someone who graduated from an acting school. So I still struggle with it, but
Yeah, well, you started on that road.
yeah.
Of getting out of the shell. Did you get out of the shell yet?
But yeah,
Get out of the shell.
I've made a huge improvement from where I used to be. Yeah, but I still got a long way to go. Yeah.
When are you gonna get there?
I would.
What if you got there and then you're just like, now I go from here, and you're like, I did it,
Now what?
or like, yeah, I mean, like if you're like, I have reached the level of enthusiasm or whatever that I want to convey this with, and now I get better from there, or whatever. Is that a way of looking at it that you would allow?
Yeah,
yourself?
I don't think I think there's always
Or-
going to be like that next level that I'm trying to get to, but
Yeah. So you're kind of looking at it as like a graduation sort of process.
maybe not. I don't think I'll ever graduate. I mean, maybe I'll reach a certain level, but then there's going to be a next level and that I have to graduate from. So it's going to be a process for the rest of my life.
Yeah. Is it something, would you frame it as like me being my truest self or something? Would you say it is like that?
Maybe.
You're like, I'm trying to get to my real self.
Yeah, I suppose so. Like, I'm still, like, I think there's still a lot of me that I'm trying to figure out, like, finding myself or whatever. But, like, yeah, I think there's a lot of that comes with it.
So would you say you're out of the shell?
I'd say I at least have, like, a hand or two out there, yeah. My head's at least popped out, but
Yeah. But is that, like, a way that you like to frame it, or does that repulse you to think of it that way? Like, I'm in a shell, or like I'm not all the way out.
sometimes I resent it. Like, come on,
Like-
like dude, like, what's holding you back? Like,
Yeah, but why do you frame it as it being in a shell?
just because I used to be, like, have crippling anxiety. Like,
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like, I wouldn't really talk to people.
Yeah, I used to have crippling anxiety too. Like,
Yeah.
doing any sort of presentation.
Yeah, like,
It was like a panic attack before
Yep.
every time.
Yep.
And then I went and saw somebody about anxiety, like a therapist, when I was 23, and he gave me some shit to do, and like my anxiety got better from there.
What did he give you to do?
He was just like, he said, one thing you can do is like look around at things in the room and focus on that. That's one that I remember. But the main thing was like breathing in something good that you wanted, and like breathing out something bad that you didn't want.
That's a good one.
So you do that, and then another one was like, he was like, just sit where you are and then wait for the stress to appear somewhere in your body. Like, feel the stress, and like it would happen, because he's like saying that this stress builds up in different parts of your body.
Yeah.
And it makes sense, and it made sense to me at the time, because it's like, if you're stressed out enough, when you go up to do a presentation, there's just like parts of your body that won't function. They'll just be like stuck frozen. Like, if you have total freedom of expression of your face or whatever, then you could do whatever facial expression. But it's like, given enough time, given enough stressful situations, like my face will get more stuck in the same way, where it's like I don't have the freedom to do anything I want. Where it's like, because you're afraid of what people will say about the faces you're making.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Yeah.
So if you have complete freedom of that, if you don't, like, stress will build up in your muscles or whatever. And he said that, and so he's like, sit there and wait for stress to happen somewhere in your body, and then when that's calling out to you, just like focus on that area to remove the stress in your body. So
Interesting.
that was something he said.
I feel like that. I the face thing, expression thing. I feel that a lot with, like, pictures. Like, I'm like, oh, is this smile like good enough or whatever? Or like,
Yeah.
And then I get super stressed, and then I focus on it more. And I think you're
Yeah.
saying it's gonna help, but I think I get worse when I focus on it. So I have to, like, focus on something else.
But he said, like, do it on your own time, so that
like, not in that moment.
Yeah, so you like practice doing it, so you like
Gotcha,
remove
gotcha.
the stress.
Yeah.
So that when something does happen, you're in front of people, the stress will be out of there. But it was not so much like the exercises he gave me, but more so the validation that I was like other people that had anxiety, that the therapist was willing to be like, oh yeah, yes, other people have this problem. So like, of course you have anxiety or whatever.
Sure. Yeah.
There's like, that's part of it, like going to the guy who had the knowledge, like that I did that, and knowing that that's like, I did all that I could do is part of it too.
Yeah. Okay.
But also like figuring out that Christianity wasn't real removed a lot of stress from my life.
Yeah. Did you grow up with, like, a lot of, like, shame and resentment? Like from growing up Christian, or
Yeah, I think so.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
A lot of guilt.
yep,
I'd say guilt even more than shame,
yeah,
but probably shame as well.
yeah. I remember. Did you guys have to do confirmation or anything? We're doing a lot of Jesus talk today, or religion.
Yeah,
talk.
it is getting back to that today for some reason.
That's okay.
But I talk about that a lot on here.
Do you?
Anyway, yeah.
You seem like you could be a pastor. If
Yeah, I've heard that before.
have you?
Yeah,
You have the beard of a pastor.
Yeah,
I suppose. I don't know.
I could talk down to a congregation of
I could see it.
Christian people probably, but not to too many other congregations. I mean, before I had guests on this podcast, that was basically just me being a pastor.
Was it? Yeah.
It's like me having a sermon, like, sorta.
Do you like doing it with people? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. As opposed to doing it yourself. Do you still do ones yourself?
Yeah, sometimes. I'll throw one in. And it's more fun that way. But I like having people because it's
Bounce ideas off.
it's more materializing and it's just better for everything. It's just better to do that. It's more it's more popular. There's more people oriented. If it's just me, that's just like becomes a problem, basically.
Did you not get good views?
Not so much that, it's just like it's more problematic when it's more individualistic. Problematic, as can be found in a person, is when it's too individualized, or when like the burden is not dispersed across enough people.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not my burden alone anymore. It's part of it.
Yeah. I feel that a lot too, like, because I've tried to do, like, I don't know if I'd call it my own podcast or whatever, but I tried to, like, do shit like that because I love Bill Burr's podcast. Like, he can ramble all day, and I actually prefer him being alone than having guests.
Okay.
But then when I, like, look at mine, I'm like, who the fuck's gonna want to listen to this? It's just me, like, talking about bullshit or something.
Yeah, I guess I probably would have felt that way like 5 years ago, instead of doing the episodes where I talk by myself. But for some reason, the mindset I have now is just like, I know it's all bullshit, but whatever.
Yeah.
I do think that people want to hear it at some point, I guess.
Yeah.
Enough to do it.
Yeah.
More so than not doing it.
Fuck, I had something I was going to ask you.
We got back on Jesus for a second, and then you were like, we're doing this Jesus talk.
Yeah.
I forget what it was.
We're talking about, like, shame.
Yeah, guilt. And the therapist that I saw.
Oh, I don't know.
And anxiety.
Yeah. I don't know if this is what I was going to ask you, but, like, I remember... did you ever have to do confirmation?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
no, that's what you're going to ask. But no, I didn't.
So
I got baptized.
Okay.
I didn't do a confirmation.
Okay, so I got baptized, like, when I was a baby, because I think Catholics do it when you're born, basically. But for confirmation, that's basically like you saying, like, yeah, you're gonna follow God the rest of your life, and which is funny because none of us wanted to fucking do it. We're just doing it because our parents said, like, you have to do it.
Yeah.
But when we were doing classes for that, like, preparing for it, there was the lady who was teaching us was basically telling us, like, it's a sin to be proud of yourself, or, like, self-pride, like, any pride is like a sin against God. And recently I've been looking back at that and I'm like, oh, but maybe that's why I have such, like, self-esteem issues, or, like, I can never take compliments well, or I'm always hard on myself.
Yeah. Definitely the church will influence people to be down on themselves because of stuff like that.
Did you feel that way growing up in the church or whatever?
I wouldn't have said that at the time, and I don't think I would say it now, that it was like, oh, I felt guilty that's what it was. I think that there's a lot of guilt involved just overall while I was there, and that I mean, yeah, there's just, like, they were holding me to so many rules that it's like I was staying within the rules. That's the thing. I was like a good Christian follower of the thing. So I did everything I could to not be guilty. It's kind of part of it. But then it's more like I have guilt now than I had back then. That's the thing. That like I feel like I'm always sinning now. Or it's like I have to get to another level of sin that it's like back when I was younger, I would have thought that was bad.
What do you feel?
Because I didn't do any of the sinning then.
How are you sinning now?
Just like anything.
Like booze or...
Yeah, booze.
Sex before marriage?
Booze or just like doing more stand-up comedy. Like
or
higher levels of stand-up comedy.
You think doing stand-up...
Higher levels of knowing people. Just knowing lots of people.
You think that's sinning?
No. Well, it's just like...
taken away from your time spending with God?
It's not sinning. It's just like the... getting myself into the secular world. It's unfortunate that I make that distinction exists in my brain. The Christian world and the secular world.
What's the difference?
There's a line between the Christian reality and the world. The difference is like...
What is I guess the better question I'm trying to ask is, what is secular?
Secular is just like the word that arises in contrast to Christian, like the adjective. It's like Christians in their Christian world where they have to follow those rules. Where it's like, if you really believe in that, it's like a contained reality.
Okay.
And then going outside of the borders of that, outside of that line into the world is like the secular world. By contrast, everything outside of the church, everything that's not Christian is secular.
So me getting my driver's license and not going back to church is me going off into the secular world. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's secular.
Okay.
Because the Christian experience for me was like a lot of being alone. Because Christians don't care. In my opinion, they're kind of lazy. Because they don't have to do shit in the world. They can just sit at home and watch TV. So like, to me, it's like the secular world is just like getting off of an addiction to TV. So like going out instead of watching YouTube, that's kind of, and then like telling everybody that I know that it was Christian, like I'm doing these secular things, but it's like it's embarrassing to say that. It's embarrassing to call it that, secular. That I know that word and call it that. That's horrible.
It sounds super nerdy. Like
yes, it does. Sure. I mean, it sounds whatever it is.
Secular.
I'm embarrassed by it.
It's okay. You're teaching me, so I never knew what that meant.
Yeah.
I always thought it just meant I thought it literally meant like being holy or Christian, or I thought it was like Christianity. I don't even know. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, like the secular world or whatever. Yeah. Guilt. So you got out of Catholicism, and then when did you do that? How old were you?
16, when I got my driver's license. I would actually talk about guilt. I would lie to my parents, tell them I didn't want to wake up early and go to church when they wanted to because I like to sleep in. So I would lie to them and say I'm going by myself. And really, I'd just drive around doing accents in the car, like learning how to talk like an Aussie. And then I would go to church at the end of the service, and I would just... I don't know if you guys had like brochures or pamphlets or... I forget what they called them. But they were like basically brochures of like upcoming masses next week, or like this is what's going on in the church next month. I would bring that. I'm like, here you go. I brought home the pamphlet. And like, that's my proof I went. But if she asked me what the homily was about, I'd be fucked because I wasn't there. Do you guys do homilies? Do you know what homilies like? They read like the gospel, the word. Like there's like 3 readings, and then they go into a homily, which is like basically the priest gets up and like talks to you for 10 to 40 minutes. It seemed like 40 minutes at least, but he would just like kind of tell you what these meant and like how to relate it to you. But it was super boring.
Christianity is boring.
Yeah, they don't make it fun. I don't know if it's supposed to be fun, but I think they could make it more. I don't know. I never had a good time at church.
Yeah, they get boring people.
Yeah, they're not very good. Like, if they got Shane Gillis up there to do a homily, I would watch that 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really like Shane Gillis that much.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that because he's Catholic or grew up Catholic?
I feel like his audience is Christian, and he has like I think his comedy is bland.
Really? Huh? I think bland.
But he gets by convincing people that it's not. I guess just because he's a conservative or something.
Huh.
He's like, because that's like he gets that audience. I don't know where he goes from here because a lot of his come up was like having a conservative style in the face of where comedy is usually liberal.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I feel like his come up was like maybe not when Trump was in office, but once Trump was out of office, because I think he's a big Trump guy. So I think he was kind of controversial in that era when Trump was taken out or whatever.
Yeah, I think he's enough of a liberal that or he has an honest enough or like a balanced enough perspective that he could maybe go into some liberal material. I don't really know, but it's I just don't like him that much, and it's just like all the hype is a little bit annoying.
Yeah, he's a little too mainstream right now.
Yeah, and I don't know that I trust anybody who's mainstream right now, especially when it's like all those conservative people are like the most famous comedians, like Joe Rogan and Tony Hinchcliffe. That's like, that's comedy.
Sure,
now.
they're pretty. Yeah, they're very popular right now.
They're really they're really conservative right now too.
Would you say Chappelle? I wouldn't say Chappelle's a conservative.
He's a liberal.
Yeah,
but he's not he's not like in the public eye right now as much as like Rogan and Hinchcliffe.
Yeah.
All those people in Austin, Texas.
Yeah,
I
would like to go down there, but I feel
Shane Gillis is in Austin too.
Yeah, he just got down there.
They're all doing a big old conservative party down there.
Yeah, I think Tim Dillon just got down there. I don't think he's.
Yeah, Tim Dillon's down there too.
He might be conservative. I'm not sure.
Basically, they all of them. Those are now they're now that they figured out that the rest of the country is like that's popular. There's like Rogan was a liberal and when Obama was president.
Yeah.
You know, someone like him, he just switches over because he's both of them already.
I think he's still pretty liberal, but I think
he's pretty liberal. Like I wouldn't be offended him like flip flopping.
Yeah.
But a lot of them do just like then now we're
if you had to pick where you wanted to end up for comedy, where do you think the best place for you to do comedy is? Like, if you had to pick,
I don't know.
Would you like to go to Austin? Would you like to go to LA?
It might be New York.
Yeah, I think I love New York. I'm a big I love the subways. I love
Yeah, I like the city.
Yeah. If I could get rid of not have a car, I would fully be on board with that. Just take subways around town.
I've always liked New York City.
Yeah.
And thought about that it'd be cool to live there.
I just don't the living situation.
I don't know how you would get into the comedy scene or if that would be really hard.
The one time
might be easier than I think.
The one time I went up there to do comedy, I ended up going to see a show. I wasn't at the Cellar that night. I saw it at I think Greenwich Village. But the open mics there, you have to pay $5 to get up on and do 5 minutes. It's $5 for 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's what
for 10 minutes.
That's what happened to me when I was there.
Oh, really?
They make you pay $5 to an open mic.
How late did you have to wait?
Not very long. The
really?
couple that I went to, one of them was empty, and then another one was.
That's the other thing I hear is
the other one I had to wait an hour.
Okay, but was it late at night, 2 a.m. in the morning or something like that?
No.
Yeah,
but they have them at 2 in the morning.
Maybe not that late, because I think I tried to get to one.
That would be awesome to do comedy in New York if you just got into the scene.
Yeah.
Because they probably have a bunch of shows, right?
Yeah, that's kind of why I want to stay around here longer, or if I did go somewhere, maybe somewhere smaller like Chicago, because the problem with New York mics is like you do get up there, but like you said, like it's probably just comics. There's not really much audience watching.
You could get on SNL too. I would want to get on SNL.
Yeah, but that's like if you're in the scene. I'm talking
Right.
like coming up. Like it's gonna be a hard scene to break into.
Yeah, be another reason to move there. It'd be better than Chicago.
You would like to do SNL, huh?
I'd probably rather be a writer.
Yeah.
I'd rather be a writer
Like,
than on the thing.
I mean, I don't think SNL's been very good in a very long time, but I like the joke swap with Colin Jost and Michael Shea. That shit's like that's why I watch. If I watch it,
The
that's
Weekend
what I'm
Update?
watching. Yeah.
Yeah, Weekend Update is like always funny.
Yeah.
Usually, yeah.
But you think New York is where you would?
Yeah, it'd be better than Chicago.
Yeah. I think
I've done some comedy in Chicago, and they seem like a really open audience.
Yeah.
Like a receptive audience. They'll laugh at you.
Yeah.
They like comedy there.
I think Columbus has come up a long way in the comedy scene. Like
Columbus is not going to laugh at you like Chicago will.
Sure, yeah. But
Columbus, they're like...
I think as far as like opportunity is probably better here just because there's more of it and it's not so saturated. But you still get an audience. But I think the Chicago audience will be better quality. Yeah, maybe, sure.
Yeah. Probably.
Have you done shows in Chicago before?
No.
I did.
I went to the Laugh Factory for their mic.
Okay. I did one open mic and it was in the basement of like some veterans center or something. It was kind of shitty. I had to wait till like 2 a.m. to go up. But,
Okay.
Yeah.
I did. Like, they have like an open mic at the Laugh Factory.
Nice. I
So that was
wish I
fun.
got to do that one, but yeah, it is what it is.
Where are you going to go?
New York.
New York.
New York would be my number one choice. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would maybe want to go to Austin, but...
I think it'd be cool to like
Seems
like
like
if I can get on Kill Tony, that'd be tight. But I don't want to get on Kill Tony and not do well. Like,
Yeah.
Do I have a minute I could do on Kill Tony? Sure,
Like, I have
but
a
would it-
minute, but I don't know that I have, like, 4 killer jokes or
Yeah,
anything
like I don't
that.
think I would crush. I don't think I would crush. Like,
Yeah.
but I'm my worst
depends.
critic, so maybe I would, maybe I wouldn't.
Because you can't go up and do, like... you just have to be, like, impressive in a minute. You have to
Yeah.
have, like, great punchlines. At least what I would think about.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't, because, like, 90% of the people that go up there aren't that great with, like, great punchlines.
I'm
or
glad you
anything.
clarified because I felt attacked when you said that. Like,
Oh, yeah?
yeah.
For that, you would have to be
You-
good.
Yeah, well, you were saying like you would have to have 40 jokes, and you're like you don't.
Oh, I was just talking to myself.
Yeah.
And, or whatever. But saying you.
Yeah, that's just me being insecure and narcissistic.
Have you seen the show You?
Yeah. Yo, have you finished it?
I haven't finished it.
You
no.
haven't finished it? Holy shit.
You watched the whole thing?
Yeah.
No wonder you were cast as the serial killer.
You know what?
I mean, as the shooter.
I went out. I was outside the attic. 2 or 3 weeks ago, and Neff came up to me. He's like, "Have you seen the show You?" And he's like, "You give off
You.
Joe Goldberg vibes." I'm like, okay. But that getting back to like the typecast of like being school shooter, Judas, and then being told I look like a serial killer. Like I'm like, man, that's like. That's what people think when they see me. I'm like, what can I do
I
about
mean, I
that?
don't think that.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, yeah, I don't know. So, like, but that, like, kind of didn't eat
that's
away
just
at
what
me.
comes across on the surface.
Sure, yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. And, like when I go in for auditions, like, that's most of the roles that, like, I get asked to do. I don't really do auditions anymore, but I would.
Yeah, well, people are kind of shallow, and then, like, if it's just a limited amount of people, you know, you might just... It's just, like, if you're the closest thing to that.
Yeah.
Especially when it's, like, serial killer, school shooter that's really popular right now. And it's like they're gonna pin that on somebody. That's how popular it is.
Yeah.
So it's like... And they'll do that. I get that also. And, it's just like if you're quiet or whatever.
Yeah, and it's
Really like you shouldn't be throwing around. You shouldn't just like be calling somebody a killer.
Yeah, and like I was pretty reserved and quiet, like going back to like me being shy. But, but yeah, I think that's the reason why they cast me as that because they're like, oh, he's reserved, he's quiet. Looks
right.
Like, it looks
It's
like
you don't have to do much to get that, to get this like big, this like disturbing moniker or whatever.
Yeah.
Description of you, because it's like you should have to do more or do a lot worse to get something that bad.
Yeah.
You would think.
But
it's like the person just being mild mannered.
Yeah.
Or something.
It's funny though because like from what I've heard, like the people who do play like those monster characters, like those super bad people, are like the nicest people ever. Like when you get to know them, like.
Yeah, and but then in private they're like a murderer.
Sure. Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. What I wanted to do was like be a serial killer, but my serial killing, like my pattern, is I kill all the people who make fun of me for being a serial killer. I think that would be awesome. That would be so cool.
I thought you were gonna say who don't laugh at your comedy or laugh at you because you're bad at comedy or something.
No, just anybody who's like called me a serial killer, I kill them.
Oh,
that would be so like artsy and like cool.
Yeah.
Because like what are you gonna, because in reality like I'd go to prison if they caught me.
Sure, yeah.
It's like, well, you said it or whatever.
Yeah. I feel like there's a movie kind of like that. Oh, there's another cat outside.
Oh yeah, wants to come in. Well, I think that we came full circle, basically.
Cool.
Yeah, so we can wrap up.
Yeah, well thanks for having me. I'd love
thanks for coming by.
Love to do this
really
again.
Fun.
Yeah.
Awesome. Goodbye. Goodbye, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.